fun girl. She likes to, run around with her Britney hanging out.
Hey, I'ma give you a show.
Oh, it's like that, huh? I'm running a circus in this house. There's my side of misfit people, and then there's Wes's side of even more misfits.
Hello there everyone, and welcome back to another challenge recap video. This is episode 5 of the challenge Fresh Meat 2. If you haven't checked out any of the other ones, maybe you want to go back and do that, but if not, we could just jump right onto the episode here.
I'm pretty much sure that they're going to dominate this challenge. Kenny, Laurel.
Yeah. I'm less afraid to go against Wes or Danny than Kenny or you.
It would be kick-ass if all 4 of us were in the final.
If we choose to go that way.
So, we're at the halfway point now, and we start off with Ryan and Jen talking about the game, and also trying to decide whether they're going to keep riding for Wes or go over to Kenny's side. Also, Danny, the greatest challenger of all time, is having a little bit of a mental breakdown, which leads Wes, Danny's so-called best friend, to throw out Danny the Goat's name when the mob is coming up with their next plan of who to put into exile.
What if I convince Danny to go in tomorrow on his own? Because he's not doing him or his wife or his future any good by sitting around this house for another 2 weeks.
I'm sorry, Danny, but it's definitely time for you to go home. You're making mistakes that are hard for me to correct, and you're making my target, which is already big enough on my back, even bigger.
That's Slim Shady, yeah, baby.
So Wes goes to tell Danny what the plan is, and he really doesn't do a good job of letting him down easy. He's straight up just like, bro, nobody wants you here. Because we all know that you're just going to go to the final and come in last place, or that if you get into exile, you'll just lose because you and your partner suck, and you don't have a chance at winning, so you might as well just go home and go back to freaking work, you idiot.
It's a little bit harsh.
Damn, that is supposed to be his best friend. In an episode of the new season, it just aired pretty recently, a girl said something like, I'm going to substitute Wes's name in here. She said something like, if you've got friends like Wes, you don't need any enemies.
Welcome everybody to your next challenge here in beautiful British Columbia. Today's challenge is called Dropout.
So the challenge of this episode is called Dropout, and all the pairs have to do is climb up a rope ladder, and then both of them have to jump and hold on to this punching bag hanging up there for 5 seconds. And you might think this sounds pretty easily, but Evelyn, who is a pretty great challenger, I would say, she can't get it done.
Guys, I don't know whether to bear hug a punching bag, whether to grab the ropes on top of the punching bag.
So it definitely isn't the easiest challenge of all time.
Carly comes up making the noise of perhaps like a pregnant manatee.
Jenny!
Landon and Carly DQ, so does Danny, the greatest of all time, don't forget that. And Sydney and CJ, as well as Jillian and Pete. So, not a good showing from the house so far.
Laurel literally leans out, just grabs the bag, and enjoys the ride. I think they did really fast. However, I'm pretty sure that they did not beat Ryan and Teresa.
And in the end, Kenny and Laurel pull out another victory, and they are safe from exile. In deliberation, Kenny puts in Danny, the greatest of all time. Again, don't forget that. While the rest of the house votes in Jill and Pete, which confuses Danny and Sandy, because they were thinking Wes would get the house to vote in Ryan and Teresa, who they asked for, to give them a better chance at hopefully winning the exile, and that is what Wes said he was going to do. But Wes had a little bit of a change of heart towards Danny, and now finally, Danny realizes what's happening. That he's just been a pawn in Wes's game.
Keep a buffer, so to speak, in this game. They think that they can beat Ryan, and they're saving him to the end. It's a smart move, but you just screwed me over. Appreciate it.
And here we are, back at Exile again, And right off the bat, Sandy and Danny, they actually jump out to a decent little lead by completing the first puzzle very quickly.
Let's go, go, go.
I'm pretty good with numbers, so probably took us about max a minute to do the first puzzle. I killed it. I mean, I looked at the numbers and I figured it out.
Were they there?
Just keep going.
And really, through the second and third puzzle, they keep their lead, and it's not until the final puzzle where Sandy's endurance starts to fail her a little bit.
You're basically using every single aspect of your body and every muscle you have, but I don't want to, like, sprint and then, like, just lose it.
Sandy, I can see them. Come on.
Baby.
And it's probably the closest Exile so far this season. And it's surprising, because everybody thought Jill and Pete would come in here and dominate Danny and Sandy. But they put up a really good solid effort here.
So nervous.
Almost there. We're almost there.
Come on. Go too quick. Come on, Sandy.
But it wasn't good enough, and Danny, the greatest challenger of all time, remember that.
Stop it. Get some help.
And his partner Sandy are headed home. That's pretty much the end of this episode here. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good one.